Hey guys, this is Buona. Welcome to the video. Just want to talk about Star Citizen a little bit and to just express a little bit of frustration. Yeah, just had one of those days. You ever play the game and you're like, man, it's just nothing can go right tonight. What is happening? Well, that happened to me tonight with Star Citizen as I was streaming on my live stream. I experienced a series of events that just were all bad. And this reminded me of the times when I started playing Star Citizen years ago. Like, I'm talking 5, 6 years ago, and I tried to get into it. Around the time that I was playing Elite Dangerous, and people like, Buona, why'd you stop playing? Well, it's kind of like because of stuff like this, where you encounter like 5, 6, maybe 7 bugs, which require you to either restart, you crash. And, back then, the crash recovery wasn't very good, so it took you a good 20 to 30 minutes to get back to where you were. So tonight I was kind of showing off some of the whole C stuff that I've been working on and, trying to just catch everybody up because I've been playing off stream and want to share my knowledge. Good times. Let's just make some money and chill. Do some space trucking, right? Well, let's just break down how the night went. First off, yeah, I got my load and I was getting the whole C loaded up. And one of my viewers came through and wanted to show off his Idris. I'm like, all right, cool. He's like, hey, I'm above you. And I'm like, all right, give me a second. I want to make sure that this load is complete. Because if you move while you're loading a whole C, things aren't always going to go as you want them to go. You don't want to interrupt a load on a whole C. You just don't want to do that. I was like, all right, let me finish and then I'll do it. And then the load finished as normal, which was good. So I proceeded to, I went vertical so I can get out of the box first. And then I started slowly creeping towards him so I can get a look at his Idris. Well, I was in third person, and I did not know that I was getting a warning about trespassing and a warning about getting my ship impounded. So as I went back in, as I looked inside out of third person, I had 3 seconds to get out of there. Lo and behold, I got impounded. Usually that's not a big deal. I've got impounded before. You wake up in the station or you get teleported to the hangar and you can just go pay a fine or you can get your ship out of there and everything's good. Even if you're hauling cargo, you should still have your cargo. Not this time. No, my ship got impounded and it left me in space. Yeah, it left me out there in space just floating. I was like, oh, yeah, I knew that wasn't the right way that things should go. I'm like, all right. In the back of my head, I'm going to have to reset this entire load with the hull C because the hull C has to kind of go perfect. Otherwise, things don't work. So I hit backspace. I'm like, all right, I'm going to backspace and then just start this whole thing over. Well, it took me all the way back to my home point in Orison. I was like, all right, so let's get in my raft and we're going to fly back to, I think it was, I forgot which station it was. It was one of the ones, I think it was Erebus. I'm going to get back in my raft. I'm going to fly there, and then we're going to get our ship restored and then try to pick this thing up or reset. So I fly all the way back in my raft, and I get back there, and I get my ship restored. All this takes time. It's like 15-minute timers, 10-minute timers everywhere. So my ship got restored, and it was shown to be at a port. The ports are different from the hangars. Right. So I went to port 1. Like, all right, we're going to get in our ship and we're going to try to continue this route. Everything's good, right? I get over to my ship, start to walk inside of it, and I get a black screen. And apparently this is a known bug that I have never encountered. And the only fix is the Alt F4, go get another ship, come back and restore that ship. You can't go through the port and get it. Great. So I Alt F4, got out of that, tried to get back in. My character's still in game. So I get a 15-minute loading screen to wait for my character to time out in Star Citizen. So I'm sitting there waiting. I'm live, by the way. And we just watched a couple videos. We watched the Guardian ship video. And we were talking, chit-chatting, killing time. Like, all right. So now it's here. And let's go ahead and go pick it up. Now I've logged in. I had logged back in because I was waiting to log back in. Let's repeat the process, and we'll get in our raft, and then we'll go to another station. We'll go down to the planet or something, and then we'll request our ship and get it moved down there so we won't encounter that bug anymore. Well, I tried to retrieve my raft from the lobby, and you can probably guess what happened next. The elevator ate my ship. So I get down there, ship's destroyed. All right, let me claim it again. So I claim the ship, get it restored. That takes another 5 minutes or whatever for expedited retrieval. And then all of a sudden, after that timer's up, I could no longer call my ship at all. All the subsequent calls for the ship just failed over and over again. I'm like, all right, I give up on this server. This server's dead. I don't know. I'm in a bad state. Let's just start over again. Mind you, this is after 2.5 hours. All this time, all these things, this is like a span of 2.5 hours so far. I was like, all right, let's change servers to EU. Did it all again. Went over to EU. Got in a raft. Went down to Lorville. Requested my Hull C to be moved down there. Got in the Hull C. You're not gonna believe this. Got in the Hull C. Got a new contract. Went all the way over to pick up the load. Got inside of the box. Watching the load go through. Like, all right, we're going to be able to get this load off. It hangs for no reason. It's just sitting there going, it's at 100%, and it's like, we're going to try to get this load into you. But it just wouldn't go through. And the weirdest thing happened with it is that the ATC woman, she was repeating things over and over again. Like, your load is ready. Oh, no, we can't get your load. It's not going through. Your load is ready. Oh, please pull into the car. She was saying all the different lines, and they were overlapping all at the same time. So this was wild. I was like, I've never seen this problem before. It was just like over and over again. And then finally, I guess I was sitting there too long, and then my ship got impounded again. 3.5 hours of just chasing my tail, and I got absolutely nothing done. So this is when things go wrong in Star Citizen. And it could be attributed to a lot of things. It could be attributed to 4.1.1. My mind, it's probably attributed more to Free Fly Week. I know I'm going to have comments say, yeah, this happens every Free Fly Week. Okay, it could be Free Fly Week. But whenever I tell people about Star Citizen, I want to remind them of just this type of behavior. Now, while people can tell me that, hey, you're using the Hull C, you can expect that. 90% of the problems I had tonight had nothing to do with the Hull C. Everything had to do with things being impounded. There was a port bug. There's an elevator bug. There's a ship call bug. There's some impounding bugs. All these bugs are around it. This is like stuff in the game that has nothing to do with the Hull C. The Hull C has its own set of issues that I'm content with. And when I get them, I've almost mastered the art of resetting. Things go wrong because I know that. But these other issues compounded on that, combined with the time you have to wait to reclaim your ship, combined with repetition of the same issue over and over again, combined with the fact that you can change servers and get the exact same problem. Because I went from US to EU. It was a totally different server. You can get the exact same problem. So this is when things go wrong in Star Citizen. And I was anxious to share tonight. I was going to record a video for you guys tonight about my progression with the Hull C. And it's been going really well. Past 48 hours have been I've been doing really well with it. I'm not going to spoil everything because that's going to be a separate video. But tonight, I just couldn't get any footage. I couldn't get anything recorded. I couldn't get anything done. Because my plan was to do my live stream. And then after the live stream, do a few loads and then record some B-roll, talk about it, and all that kind of good stuff. No, that's not happening. So instead, I'm just going to use my misery here that I had tonight as content, so that we can all go in the comments and all sit around the campfire and wallow in each other's pity and enjoy each other's memory, or enjoy each other's misery, because misery loves company. All in all, my time in Star Citizen has been very enlightening. But tonight was one of those nights where I put it down. I'm like, if I keep playing, I'm going to end up hating this game. I'm going to end up developing a burning hatred to where I'll never play again. So I'm going to stop here. I'm going to take a little break. I'm going to take a little breather. And hopefully after Free Fly, you know, these things will go away. Now I'm going to play again before Free Fly is over. But I'm not gonna beat my head up against a wall for too long because it's not worth it. And now I'm starting to understand why some people told me that they were taking a break from the game and they were going to come back after Free Fly was over. They were like, I'm going to go play this for a while. I'm going to go play this game for a while. And I was like, why? They were like, oh, I'll come back after Free Fly. It's just way too many issues. Those guys are seasoned and they know what they're talking about. So you should listen to them. I got so excited about the whole seed that I just couldn't see past that whole thing. All right, guys, this is Buona. I hope you enjoyed the video. Not the greatest news with Star Citizen, but it's real. It's real. It's realistic. It's what happens, and it shouldn't be hid from people. It shouldn't be sugar-coated. Tell people this kind of stuff happens so that they can know to expect it and not be surprised when they play for 3.5 hours and run in circles and not be able to do it. All right, take care. Have a great time. In your time as Star Citizen, I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.